Hey mama. So the big question, how do you lose the baby weight without losing your milk supply? Is it really as simple as drinking a cup of tea? Hey, it's Tamatha Lene, indie artist, songwriter, and a new mom. And on this channel, every Wednesday I post things on mommyhood, and every Friday it's all things music. So definitely subscribe if either of those things interest you, and if both do, then boom, double the fun. Okay, so let's jump right in. How do you lose the baby weight without losing your milk supply? Well, that was something that I struggled with. I wanted to still be able to lose weight at a healthy pace and do the things that I know I need to do to lose the weight without losing my milk supply. So I started investigating, found a lot of different things about drinking teas, different teas to bring in your milk. And the best reviews that I found online were for mother's milk tea. I really like this tea. It's traditional Medicinals mother's milk tea. And I really like it because, first of all, it's organic, and all my fruits and vegetables, as much as I possibly can, try to eat organic. I always try to eat organic to avoid all the chemicals. So I love this because it's organic, it's non-GMO, verified, it's all natural. The taste isn't bad, but it's not what we're used to necessarily for tea. It kind of tastes like licorice because it has fennel in it, and it has fenugreek, anise, and thistle. I wouldn't want to drink it without any sweetener. Honey or agave is what I use to sweeten it, just like a tablespoon. And it's really actually not bad at all, especially once it's sweetened. It's very just soothing. I was really on a roll losing weight, working out, but my milk supply was also on a roll of dwindling. As I was losing weight, I was losing milk supply. And I felt so bad for my little baby girl because she was eating like every 30, 40 minutes she wanted to eat. It seemed like she'd be nursing and getting frustrated, and it was time to go to bed. And I had remembered that we had ordered this tea. We ordered a couple months before. I used it. It worked really well. My milk supply boosted up, and I just stopped using it because my milk supply had boosted up. But then once I started really losing weight again and got on a really healthy plan again, I started to notice my milk supply dwindle again. And so I had forgotten about this tea because it had been about a month and a half or so. It was time to put her down to bed. I said, this is going to be a rough night because she's going down with like a half an ounce on her belly. So, I knew I was going to be up and up and up. She was waking up every hour, and I'd say it was probably about 3 a.m. And then it just hit me. You got that mother's milk tea. Why don't you try that? Before I even got her up to nurse her, I went to the cabinet, made some tea. And then while I was nursing her at 3 a.m, I was drinking that tea. I was like, Lord, help me. Just bring some milk back, So I was drinking that tea and nursing her. I put her down, and, she got whatever she could get out and then went back to sleep. I'm telling you, I woke up like an hour and a half or so later, whenever she needed to wake up again to nurse again. An abundance, an overflow of milk, literally like within that hour and a half. My milk supply had just boosted up. I was completely full of milk, and she was able to nurse abundantly on both breasts and go to sleep for the rest of the night. When I drank this tea the first time, when I got it a month or so before, it wasn't like that where it was like, I drank it and went to sleep and woke up in 2 hours and it was there. Because it was like I drank it in the morning and then I was walking around through the day, and it wasn't such a short window and so obvious for me to notice. Plus it probably helped that I went to sleep. So it was like my body was doing nothing but resting and producing milk. But this was just like a major eye-opener to how effective this is. So I literally drank it that night. In the middle of actually early morning at 3 a.m. Then I drank another cup of tea that morning when I woke up. And then I didn't drink it again. My milk supply stayed up after just drinking it for those 2 times in that one day. And ever since, my milk supply has been up. So obviously the more calories I take in, the higher my milk supply is. But when it had completely dwindled, this is what saved me and my little girl. And I can't tell you the feeling of kind of panic I had when I started to realize that my supply was so low. I just didn't know what I was going to do other than just go and grab a pizza and just eat the whole thing or something like that. And I didn't want to do that. So I just was really excited to have something that is natural, organic, that I could use to help feed my little baby girl and just keep her breastfeeding exclusively. There's a link in the description below of the 3-pack, because that's what I like. But they also have it, you can buy it singles, you can buy a 2-pack, but I got the 3-pack. I still have a lot of tea. I wish I could just share a bag with you for you to try it. Virtual sharing, not possible. I guess the best way to do that is to give you the link. So there's a link to Amazon where I ordered it. I know they also do have it in stores. So if you're at Target or Walmart, but it's more expensive in the store. So a few cons. What I noticed the first time that I had the tea is that I did feel kind of bloaty and just kind of like, ugh. And I felt like it kind of gave my baby kind of gas, and she was a little bloated too. So that's why I just kind of stopped drinking it. Because at first, when I first bought it, I was going to drink it every single day. It says to drink 3 to 5 cups daily. So that's what I was going to do. But when I felt like it was making me gassy, especially since I had read reviews about that, and when I felt gassy, I just stopped drinking it, especially since my milk supply was up, and it stayed up. The second time I drank it, I did feel a little kind of bloated. I didn't notice it with my baby the second time, but I felt like maybe I was a little bloated, which is why, again, I stopped drinking it. But it did what it needed to do in that first, just from the 2 drinks. So I didn't have any major horror stories with it. Like some people just said their babies were just colicky and it was terrible. I didn't have that issue. I just noticed that I was a little like bloated, and that could be for lots of different reasons. But the most important thing is my milk supply was up. My baby ate, she was nourished, and my milk supply did not drop back down as soon as I stopped drinking it. I stopped drinking it and my milk supply stayed up. And so I'd say my biggest recommendation is if you are going to drink this tea, definitely make sure that you're getting your rest. Try to pair it with, be careful with the types of foods that you eat with it. You know, don't eat foods that already kind of make you gassy, because I feel like it does have a tendency to maybe bloat you a little bit. So just kind of be mindful of that. But if you're desperate like I was, get this tea. I just say, just have this tea on deck, just have it. Because I don't even, like I said, I don't drink it every day like it recommends, but it works. And so when I was in that dire situation where I was squeaking out like a half an ounce every 4 hours, there was nothing happening there. This saved me from having to put my little baby on formula. So hopefully this helps. Tell me if it's worked for you. If you have any other natural remedies, just leave a comment below as if this works for you. Please do subscribe. And remember, Wednesdays, it's always mommyhood videos, mommy hacks, and healthy things. And on Fridays, it's all things music. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. God bless. And I will see you in the next video.